Welcome back for part 2. We've already talked about how God was getting ready to give Abraham a test. Sometimes God tests us to see what we're going to do, although He already knows. Sometimes we need to know. Sometimes God tests us because when we do things that require faith to actually do it, it helps. It's kind of like muscles. The more you work them, the stronger they get. The more you exercise your faith, the more and the stronger it gets. And for Abraham was going to be the patriarch for a lot of people through generations after generations. And so if he succeeded in this test, he would become a role model that people could look back on as how to do and how to serve God and how to draw closer to God. So God told Abraham, He says, take your son Isaac and take a couple servants with you. And He says, go to the mountain I will show you. And so when they get to this mountain, Abraham tells the servants, you wait down here. And they had gathered wood on their way. And the wood was on Isaac's back. And Abraham and Isaac began to go up the mountain. They were going to do a burnt offering. Now, this was a land where Canaanites lived. And the Canaanites loved, that was part of their offerings to their pagan god, was to kill and burn babies. So God was showing a lot of different things through this testing. So Abraham and Isaac, they take off up the mountain, and Abraham's got the fire, Isaac's got the fuel for the fire, and they build the fire and they light it, and Isaac looks at his dad and says, where's the sacrifice? Where's the lamb? And Abraham looks at it and he says, God will provide. God will provide. And God had asked Abraham to put his son, his most cherished, precious son, on this altar and to sacrifice him, to raise the knife and to kill his son. Abraham was a follower of God. He believed in God, he loved God, and he would do whatever God told him to do. So he put Isaac on, and he lifts his sword to kill Isaac, and an angel of the Lord stops and tells him to stop. Abraham had passed the test, and in the thicket, in the bushes next to where it was, we find that there was a ram caught in the thicket because God had provided. Join us in a couple days for part 3.